Hey guys. Alright, so I have a story that evolved the past week. A little disappointing, but I came to some closure to it, which actually was good. I was like, oh, I'm not the only one that finally sees what I've been seeing. But still disappointing. There's always going to be narcissists in your world. And the goal is to find that out right away and always listen to those red flags that you may get. You feel the Jiminy Cricket in your life, the gut feeling if you know something's wrong. Because people like that, narcissists, they will gaslight you and make you crazy. And the worst thing you can do, which I have done in the past, is react, because that's what they want. And the best revenge to a narcissist is to be the best person you can be and completely treat them like they're irrelevant, even though it's hard. Because I want to vent about this story. Obviously it's bothering me, but do I want that person to know? No, I don't. So anyway, I'm part of this group out here. We all kind of collab and at times and do stuff on YouTube, and it's always been fun. And a couple years back, about 3 years ago I want to say, I was like, hey, you're part of our group, welcome, you're initiated. Kind of silly, but I thought that was cool because I didn't know anything about grounding and earthing at the time. So to be included in something is huge to me because I've always grown up where my sisters always left me out. So that was a huge deal. And I didn't realize that all these people, there was like 4 guys in the group that I guess each one got to pick who they wanted to add to the group. So I had no idea. So now I kind of find out this one person told me they picked me. So I was like, oh, that's cool. Thank you. Because I'm such a casual vlogger. I just film off my phone, edit off my phone. I'm not professional in any way, in which they are. And I thought, what am I doing getting invited to be part of this group? Like, really? So there's another girl in the group, and I never thought much about it. She was with another girl, and those two would always do their own channel. And they weren't really part of the group quite yet, but they were initiated. But then I noticed there was only one girl that was part of the group. And I thought, what happened to the other girl? And one of the guys said, oh, she says that the so-and-so lies a lot, so she didn't want to hang out with her anymore. I'm like, oh, that sucks. And I never really got to know the other girl. I will say, though, because they're both all about their looks, the other girl is like a 10. And this girl is like 7 maybe at most. So not to be rude, I'm just being honest here. So you compare yourself, you're standing right next to the pretty girl, you're not going to look so pretty. So offset yourself. But I had noticed slowly but surely, like, she would not include me in things. And I thought, that's interesting. And maybe because they all live in this area and they all want to go and vlog this area, which is, I work and I don't want to go all the way out there and have to wake up at 3:30 in the morning, because I was working full time at the grocery store. So I didn't really take it too personally because I still always did my own thing anyway as far as vlogging. I just enjoyed having other people to vlog with and collab with from time to time. Because back in California, I didn't really have that. The YouTubers I met were huge channels and they didn't want anything to do with promoting me and or adding me in their stuff. So, this was like, wow. But then we all got together at one of the guys' homes. He had parties a lot and he was married. That matters in this story. And during this party, per se, the girl that was part of our group said, we're having a meeting. And by the way, she sounds like Kim Kardashian. I'm like, I didn't really take 2 and 2 together until I was watching some snark video on Kim Kardashian. I'm like, oh my God, this girl sounds just like her. What the hell? She's obviously trying to pretend all this. It's like, it's stupid. Anyway, so she all of a sudden's like, we're having a meeting and we have to get together once a month. And I was like, okay, it has to be trending. And I'm like, why? Like, can't we just go to a pizza place? Like, who cares? Like, we're just having fun together. What is it? Why did this become like a job all of a sudden? And then she purposely like, I'm going to create another chat group on Instagram and it's going to be without so-and-so. And I was like, well, why? Because he was one of the main guys in the group and I always enjoyed his company. But he wasn't going to a lot of things as well. Well, he wasn't going to a lot of things because he lives far away like me. Like he didn't want to. He wanted to pack it in early. You know, he's 10 years older than me, and I remember he'd always say, I've been there, done that. So I think he just, you know, didn't want to do everything they all wanted to do. And she was all about, you know, she's thirsty, you know, she wants to do everything, and that's fine. But you should still include everybody, and if they don't go, they can't go. It's nothing intentional or personal. So she created this other group, and I was still part of it, but in my head I thought to myself, gosh, if she can just ex-nay this guy, and all these original guys are okay with her making these rules and guidelines, then clearly she's going to do that to me too. So I always had it in my head that, you know, I'm probably the next one to go. Apparently these guys don't care, and they let her run the group, I guess. I don't know what you want to call it. And so as time went by, I would see their YouTube channels, and I would notice, wow, there they are getting together again. And I don't remember getting an invite. I don't remember the group chat saying anything about this event. And it's just one by one, it was constant. And I was like, obviously there's another chat that I'm unaware of. And I don't know what the problem is here. But the girl, my friend that I also vlog with her from time to time, she also tried to introduce herself to her and, you know, get to know her. And she's like, she is not a girl's girl. And I'm like, I can clearly see that. And other people notice, like, yeah, you're definitely getting left out on stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I can, like, nobody's owning up to it though, you know? And so finally I realized also, this girl broke up one of the guy's marriages. And I was like, wow, 15 years of marriage and out the window for this girl? Like, really? Is she really worth it? She's not a good person. And I slowly, she started reminding me of my sister. And I tried, you know, to be friends, because I still try to give it the you know, chance. And I don't always listen to my red flags. I'm like, no, maybe it's not. There's no way. We don't live in California anymore. Narcs only live in California. Well, that's not true. They live everywhere. I'm slowly noticing that. She's a wannabe Californian, though. That's for sure. She wants to act like Kim Kardashian, so it's so stupid. But so there's that. And I had noticed that the guy that his marriage is now broken up and they're on and off together. First they're on, then they're off. He was different now. Like, me and him were always like brother and sister. And like, he's always like, he works crazy hours. So he'd come off his bartender job, and I'd get a text from him at like 3 in the morning, you know? And sometimes I'm up at 3:30 getting ready for my job. So I would respond, you know, it's funny. But he stopped all that. Like, he would always send me like, oh, you should like this song, you should like this song, whatever it may be. And we'd always joke. Or sometimes I would comment on his YouTube channel that he sent out something at 3:30 in the morning, and he would text me, hey, you know, never thought much about it at all. Like, it was like, yeah, he's like a brother to me. So sadly, you know, again, I'm seeing this on and off, everyone getting together, and they're not, you know, including me. But I was kind of doing my own thing anyway, so I was low-key, didn't give a shit. But then it was starting to bother me a little bit more recently. And I finally, like, just straight up, well, what happened was I was trying to leave the chat, and then I accidentally, like, phoned everybody. I didn't know you could do that on Instagram. And I'm like, oh, shoot. And I tried to get out of it, and everyone's like, what's going on? I'm like, well, I'm just trying to get out of the group. And then all of a sudden, like, the main guy messaged me separately and said, hey, give me a call. And so before that though, I said, guys, it's clear that you guys have other chats outside of this one, because I'm not seeing any invites. We should all be included and stuff. And this girl is just so quick to just be very exclusive. Every time I would see them together, we had this, my friend other friend would pull this event where all the YouTubers can get to, and she would, you know, stroll in with 2 of the guys, not all of the group, and never even said, hey, like, why don't you hang out with us and we all come in together with this party? We're a group now. Not at all. So I was like, okay, whatever, you know. So anyway, in the chat, I said what I said. I called him out and said, look, I know you guys have a chat that I'm unaware of. And so the one guy says, give me a call. And so I gave him a call, and I said, you know, geez, clearly you guys are talking outside of this chat, because I'm seeing you guys get together, how is that even possible that you guys would know, get together on this day at this time, but you guys didn't talk? I'm like, come on, I'm not stupid. Oh, I don't think he denied it. He said, I don't know why she does that, is what he said. And the funny thing is, so there was, so then she texted me saying, you want out of the group? Like, just kind of getting that, she wanted that green light, because that's what she wanted, And I just said, I just don't like being not included and stuff. She goes, what are you talking about? There's no other chats. And then the guy the marriage that she broke up with, he goes, if there's a chat I'm unaware of. So I'm starting to think, okay, maybe I'm just going crazy here. So there was, okay, so we're still in the group. And I'm trying to think if this is before or after, but sometimes I get the weekend off at the grocery store. And so I know they get together, or some of these guys have Sunday off. And so I had, in that group that I'm only in, I said, hey guys, I happen to be off on Sunday. And then we're like, okay, cool, let's set up something up. And so it's going to be 2 weeks from when I mentioned it. Then I saw one of them live streaming. So I jumped on his live stream. And he goes, hey, how's it going? Hey, I'll see you this Sunday. And I was like, no, it's not this Sunday, it's next Sunday. Something going on this Sunday? And then he just went radio silent on me, completely ignored my threads, like on the live stream, like, hey, what's going on this Sunday? And then, so then I messaged the whole group saying, hey, are you guys doing something this Sunday I'm unaware of? Because so-and-so sitting on his live stream. He completely ignored me. And that's what everyone denied. There was no other chat. We don't know what you're talking about, kind of thing. I'm like, oh my God, like, it's like my sister's all over again. I'm like, I don't need this shit. So then I meet up with them on the other Sunday that only 2 showed up. Well, she was apparently broken up with the 15-year marriage guy at the moment, but they're back together. So, spoiler alert, at the moment at least. So, by the way, I'm going to go to Green Valley, gamble a little bit, some Keno. So, in case you're wondering where the hell I'm going. So I'm talking to them, the 2 that showed up at this place that we vlogged together, and she goes off to the bathroom, and I talked to him real quick, and he made it sound like, oh, I said, well, what happened? Like, you didn't say what happened about that get together on your live stream. He goes, oh yeah, it was an impromptu thing, and da-da-da, and she was telling me at this event how she broke up with so-and-so, how he's narcissistic, verbally abusive, blah, blah, blah. So I thought, oh, maybe she just invited him, and then she wanted to have a sit down with him about the other guy because they keep breaking up and getting together, and so maybe that's what it was. It was just like something personal, and he messed up and didn't want to mention that on his live stream. So, but he never even mentioned it afterward, like on like a text or something. So I never got some feedback on, okay, what's going on? So I took it to, okay, that's what it was. And then I saw a vlog come out about that place that he said they went to. And it was not just those 2. It was those 2 plus the main guy and his girlfriend. So I was like, okay, so it wasn't just an exclusive little thing. Okay, so he did lie. So I'm like, wow, okay. And I'm like, I'm so over this. So I just we did one more event where, almost all of us were there, and of course she had to be right front and center and take the main, we were sitting in this grocery cart thing, and she sat right smack in the middle, had to have the center of attention, and I sat away from them, and I was like, okay, it is what it is. And even the main guy's like, you could even hear him in my vlog going, come on, sit next to us, you're part of this group, you're included, he just kept, pushing that. And I had made a promise to myself, like, I think it's going to be the last time I hang out with them, at least as a group. Like, I'll hang out with some of these people, maybe run into them, where they live stream, whatever, if I ever go down that way. I don't know. Probably not, though. So, I don't know where I'm going to park, by the way. Anyway, I just kind of had closure to that, saying, this is it. I'm done. I'm over this. So I just went radio silent. I deleted the chat in Instagram. But the funny thing is you can delete the conversation. So I didn't want to even have, I need to sometimes take it away from myself to have that, like, not the peer pressure, but that, what do you call it? Like a temptation to want to, message them. Because I'm really bothered by it. But I'm like, the best way to get to heal is just to go radio silent on these people. But if somebody were to say anything in this group, it would pop back up in my feed. So like, I knew that they don't know I deleted the conversation, but I knew like, this is how active this conversation is. Nobody messages in there. The only time it would ever be active is because I was asking a question. So I knew that. And I knew, hey, if it's that active, I'm going to delete this conversation. It'll pop back up if somebody has something to say. Well, no one had anything to say since, it's been almost 4 months now. So I was like, wow, okay. I see I'm correct on this. All of a sudden, I see activity last week. And it was the main guy who added me to the group. It said, so-and-so has left the group. And I was like, what? Oh, the biggest one. Okay, so he obviously left the group. And I was like, I gotta get hold of him. Like, what happened? Well, I guess a few days before that, the girl, she reached a really high subscriber count. And he was always a bigger, I was the biggest channel at first, but I don't look at people like, oh, what's your subscriber count? I'm better than you. I just treat everyone the same. But some people get cocky when they become a bigger channel. And so the guy got up, pretty good amount of subscribers, but he still was the same. But I noticed that she would always sit next to him, always had to position herself right near him all the frickin' time when we'd get together. And it kind of sickened me because I'm like, what makes you like the head honcho here that you always get to sit wherever you sit? And I just sat wherever I was going to sit, but she had to have the proper lighting and the light. Who invited this girl? I swear she's not like anything I would ever hang out with. So anyway, so he was a big channel. All of a sudden, her channel grew. I don't know. She's been covering a lot of sex kind of stuff. So I'm assuming that's what's attracting the subscribers. So all of a sudden she became a big channel. Like, whoa, what happened? That's great, right? Well, she celebrated it. She posted all these pictures. She even had cupcakes made with her channel face on there. So obviously you had time to make this event happen because you can't just get this custom made cupcakes like right now. Can you? If you can, let me know. So obviously she did. She didn't invite me or that guy. I didn't see the guy in the pictures. I just saw the other two guys, the one, she's apparently back together with the 15-year marriage guy. So that's back together. I was like, okay, I thought you said he was verbally abusive and narcissistic and he made your chronic pain never go away. And now you're together. So I'm like, okay. She also said that he said I had some massive crush on him, which never was true. And I felt she was trying to sabotage my relationship with him because why would I think that? He's always been a brother to me. Why would I ever have a crush on him? Like that just like, really? Okay. So obviously she's smear campaigning me to them. She was doing that with me and my friends that come out here to visit that we vlog with. She was like, they're using you and all this stuff. And I know she was saying it to them too. And she was saying things about me to them. It was so obvious. So I'm part of this chat. And I see that so-and-so has left the group. And I'm wondering, like, I didn't see him in those pictures. So I messaged him. I said, hey, is everything okay? Did you get invited to that party that I saw that, so-and-so reached a pretty good subscriber count? I'm just not part of that. I'm not really active in the group anymore just because I just still feel like I'm not, there's another group. And so anyway, he wrote, I have left all blah, blah, blah group chats that I'm in. And I thought, okay, I don't think he realized this whole time, like he admitted to exactly what I've been saying. There's multiple. There's not just one. Just the one that I was in. There's multiple. Like he said he left all. I'm like, okay, so there is other group chats. They all been lying to me. I'm like, what the hell? Like, okay. And he said, I seen her true colors. You are always going to be part of this group because I said I don't feel comfortable being part of the group anymore. I just, want to do my own thing. But if I ever see you, I'll definitely say hi. And he said, you are not going anywhere. Please don't quit on me. I'm the one that recruited you. We don't need them. They can go hang themselves. Let's watch them from a distance and hang themselves. And let them go hang themselves. And I thought, them? Is he mad at all three? So I really don't know yet. If I do find out, I will give you an update on that. So I just left it at that. And I just said, I've always found her to be a sociopath, to be honest with you. Obviously, she used him until she got to her subscriber count, and now she's just throwing us away. So, because she was really adamant about hanging out with me, too, when I was reaching a certain milestone. I thought that was weird. Like, she was very pushy about it. And I'm like, no. It's just like, God, what a user, it's unfortunate because I saw a lot of that out in Orange County. And they're kind of trickling out here now. I'm like, damn. But you know, they're everywhere. The grounding has helped me a lot. And grounding is basically touching your feet to the earth, and you know, your electrons, you're charging, and your body's getting out of inflammation mode and helping all the chronic illnesses. It's helped my anxiety, and it's helped me feel grounded, literally. So I got some closure because finally somebody else has been seeing the true colors that I've been seeing, and I was right on with the group thing. So that's my story right now. But the best advice that I've taken also was what he said is, watch them from a distance, let them hang themselves. Like, don't talk, you know, just lay low. You know, they don't need to be, don't let them show that you have any kind of concern or care or any kind of, you know, feelings about the situation. They need to be irrelevant in your life. And that's basically, even if it's hard to do, which it is, because that's why narcissists like people like us, is because they like to, you know, mess with us and hurt our feelings, and they know they can get to us. They don't give two shits. They are always successful too, because they're shady. They're shady mother effers, and they know how to get their way. And she did. She positioned herself around the higher channel so she could grow hers. And as soon as she got to where she needed, she didn't need him anymore. And I feel bad for the poor wife of the 15-year marriage, because she lost her home. She had to go move in with her mom to another state. I mean, how is that fair to her? Like, she doesn't care. This girl does not care about anybody but herself, clearly. So I'm just going to do that. She's very irrelevant, even though it has bothered me. I'm not going to let them think I care. I muted them all on my social media platforms. I don't see their stuff, but they're unaware that I'm not watching their stuff. I've unsubscribed to their channels. They're big enough channels, they probably don't notice. I don't need to be reminded of this stuff constantly, but it's very interesting. Very interesting. I had a little bit of closure with someone who has finally seen what I've been seeing. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed that story, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.